Yes, yes, yes to the beat, y'all, and it don't stop. But wait a minute, there's no music around. Oh man, that's just the heartbeat you're hearing from the mighty Xbox community. And we're here. Di-RRec Gaming is official. We got mad news, and you know we don't ever stop. We break these news, we break it down in these streets. We just want to give a special shout out to the Xbox community out there looking beautiful. Y'all are looking beautiful. Yo, what's up to Sonic Echo X, man? First out the gate, man. What's up, Di-RRec Gaming panel and chat? What's up, Sonic Echo X, man? We're here to give it nothing but 100%, man. Nothing but pure 100% adrenaline. Hey, I got my man Boss in the building. By the way, that's short for Fireballs. And I got my man Teknoblast, short for Techno. So how you gentlemen doing tonight, man, before we start this up?
Man, I'm eating good. That's what I'm doing.
Literally.
You must be out
literally eating good. Get some seafood gumbo right now on location at a restaurant in Capel, Texas. And it's hot. It's nice.
Right. Did you say gumbo?
Gumbo.
Come on, Tech.
Come on, Tech. You might send me a link to that place, bro, so I can meet up.
It's good, dude. I come here every time my son's in Kung Fu. I come over here and eat.
Yeah, you're going to have to send me a link to that. Gumbo, man.
Come on, Tech.
I'm a sucker for that.
Tech, you're a podcaster. You're supposed to do that the right way. What's up, everybody? This is your boy.
Okay,
Tech.
okay. Hold on. Let me start. Let me clear my throat. Hold on. What's up, everybody? This is Teknoblast with my boy Legal and AfterBoss right now. I'm on location right now in Capel, Texas at Crescent City Seafood Restaurant, and I'm in a great bowl of gumbo right now. I wish I can share this with my friends right now, but I can't because they're at home and I'm over here, and too bad for them because I'm eating good, literally, and I'm eating good when it comes to gaming. And let me tell you right now, the Xbox Series S, like I said from the very beginning, the Kevin Hart console beats out everybody. And a lot of people want to make excuses of how they say, oh, it's more available. Hey, too bad for you. You know, if the Xbox Series S is available, then it's available. And if the PS5 isn't, well, too bad for you again. And the same thing for the Series X. You know, they're hard to come by. That's nobody's fault because they're in high demand. And so is the Series S. But fortunately, there's a lot more available and people are out there buying them.
Yo, you did it, man. Your little Kevin Hart console did it. Yeah, you shining out here, Tech. You predicted it. And it finally came around a year later, bro. I know you're feeling good, man. I know you're feeling good. You told everybody don't underestimate it, man. And that bad boy's out here messing things up, man.
A lot of people are saying it was a big mistake for having that second SKU, but hey, it looks like it's working out. It was a bold move by Microsoft, and it's working out for them.
Yeah, you're right.
But the thing is nobody's seen anything yet.
Right.
Y'all ain't seen anything yet. That's what I keep saying. That hardware that's in there and the software they got coming up. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm saying it. Quote unquote tools, hashtag tools, whatever. Yes. See, I mean, the only downside is that we're probably only going to see it being maximized by the first party, which is understandable. But all that, you know, like I said, like how good like Horizon 5 was looking and everything like that. Nah. It's about to get cranked up. Even on the little S, it's going to be like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be an Xbox Series S. So why is it able to do 60 with ray tracing now? I thought I couldn't handle that. I thought in such and such a third party game, it couldn't do that. Why is it doing it now with this first party game? Why is it doing it with the second party game? What's going on here? Hashtag tools. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. On top of the fact that, you know, the next coming year, hey, games are only going to be made for those two consoles. So that's saying something right there about it. It is a next generational console. It has the capabilities of producing top quality visual performance games for what we consider next gen. Don't sleep on it. You heard it here. Congratulations to the Series S. I mean, magnificent. The Japanese market loves it as well. Like I said, man, listen, tons and tons of Xbox news coming live today, man. You know how we do it, man. We break stuff down. So don't even worry. Just when you thought there wasn't, there's plenty. You just have to know. You just have to know. And I got enough ammunition tonight. I hope that you guys will enjoy the show. But I'm going to let Fireboss and Teknoblast take it away just for a minute because I have something up my sleeve that I got to get ready for. Just make a little few tweaks here and there, and then we'll get me started. But I'm going to let these guys grab the mic. I know Fireboss got some things to say.
Yeah, you go ahead, Fireboss, because I'm over here gobbling down this gumbo.
Grubbing. It ain't going to take me long, y'all. It ain't going to take me long, but you know, this is one of those shows where legal's doing some investigating. Y'all know I got to get down in these trenches, man, do some forensic scientist work. We on this scene where we're going to break down some stuff because there's a lot of things that have been happening the last couple of days that got me scratching my head like, you know what? Should I or shouldn't I? You know, I don't know. The shouldn't I is not overweighting the should I. So I was weighing the great, glorious, blinded scale, and the should I was just going up, man, while the shouldn't I was just going down. And I said, man, I'm about to go ahead and drop this show. Give my Xbox community what they want. Echo these streets, man. Put some things out here that they might not have been thinking about. Yo, shouts to my man, Colt, Mr. BS Mafia. Shouts to my man Dragonheart in the building. Look, fam, you get me piped, bro. You get me on that big long pipe of excitement. Look at my man. Look, we shooting heavy Xbox laser beams. We connecting all the pipe. We shooting it through. We're taking it all across the world, man. Underground pipe work across the country. So you know what that means, y'all. The intro is coming. Listen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, your uncles, your aunties, your grandma, your grandpa, your great-grandma, and your great-grandpa, along with their grandkids and their great-grandkids. As a matter of fact, Tech, bring the whole family reunion in here so they can eat some of that daggum seafood.
That's right, man. Guys got to eat to keep these cheeks.
and you know what? We don't care where you from because you know what? You could have been over at the supermarket right now. You could be over there with Tech trying to steal his food right now. You could have been from the country roads, from the dirt roads at the high school. You could have been shooting basketball. You could have been at the AT&T Stadium. You could have been, you could have been on top of the mountain. You could have been ski boarding down the mountain. You could have been in a mighty submarine or on a battleship or on an F-22 fighter jet.
Jerome's in the house.
You could have been at the daggone movie theaters, coming out of that shack, coming out of that mountain, cave, coming out of that mansion, coming out of that underground tunnel. You could have been coming from your city, your county, whatever continent you're from and whatever flag you throw up, because you could have been anywhere in the world, whatever planet you're on, anywhere in the world, baby. But you decided to come out here tonight with us on Mighty Di-RRec Gaming, where the streets are emerald green, where I represent the Xbox community to the T, where we give a shout outs to the super duper chit chat room with all the love, where we got Deli Jerome from Australia. We're missing Red Dead Panda from New Zealand, but we're so grateful to have Vodka in the building. As a matter of fact, Vodka, pass me a shot, baby, because it's going down. I got my man Fireboss in the building. I got my man Teknoblast in the building. I got Sonic Echo X in the building. And we about to get this thing popping. So with no further ado, double salute to all the real gamers out there that support this channel to keep it going. Man, listen, we got y'all. We got the hype. We got the excitement. Nobody brings it like us when it comes to that. We're going to bring it, and here we go, y'all. Buckle up. Let's go. We here. Fireboss, I got a microphone for you, man. Set it off, baby, and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get my stuff together. You know, I got to put my ingredients together for this, man. And we're going to do this, bro. Fireboss, take it over, man. We here. We here.
Ingredients, man. It sounds like you're over there cooking up something. What are you trying to do? You trying to
Hey, put up that comment back from Doctor. The last one.
Oh, the bottle right here.
Yeah, he goes out to dinner with the headset. I got a full blown headset on, man. I ain't checking it.
He's eating gumbo with his headset on.
Yeah.
He takes that podcasting serious, man.
For real, man. Like, I do it anywhere. Anywhere.
Like, all right, man, what's up, everybody? It's like Teknoblast here from McDonald's.
Yo, keep. You got the mic right now. I'll be right back, brother. Do your thing. Appreciate you. Let's go, like my man Cyber Gunner said. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Shoot, there's a few things that I've noticed have popped up. Ever since last week. How many of y'all are a tech? Did you notice that? All right, you remember the Xbox showcase from last year where they showed off that Star Fox like space shooter game called Course.
Yeah.
And it kind of went dead, you know, under the radar for a while.
I haven't heard anything of it.
Well, they actually sent out the I guess it was like a preview testing to a lot of the news sites like IGN and GameSpot and all them. So I think it's supposed to be like a 14-minute preview or something like that. And game, I mean, it's looking pretty tight.
Yeah, I got that on my wish list, man. I'm just waiting for something to show up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at first when I very first seen it in the showcase, I'll admit it really wasn't hooking me. I mean, I know a lot of people was talking about how it like gives them those Star Fox vibes and everything like that, and to me it's kind of like, you know, it's just another shooter. But looking at how they did it and stuff like that, I'm like, man, it's like okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the dream. I'm feeling it. You know, you got your, I guess the best way to explain it, because and then after seeing how it plays and looking up the team behind it, I realized, wait a minute. Now I know why this game kind of looks a little familiar to me. There's a mobile game. Well, I believe it's mobile, and I think it even like got on the Switch, called Galaxy on Fire or Under Fire or something like that. And it's that same team. So these dudes came up. They came up from just doing mobile to all of a sudden now doing AAA stuff.
Right.
So they bringing that formula over to the console, and looking at how it's playing and stuff, it's like, man, they're doing a good job translating it over.
All right, guys, I'm on the move, guys. I'm on the move. I got to get out of here.
Oh, they said, Dash.
Yeah, I plugged them up, and I got to go to a new location and plug them too. You know, I take this stuff serious, man. When I get on everybody's show, I'm like, I got to showcase a restaurant. I got to showcase a kung fu place, and wherever I go, got to go with my full headset on too.
In the background, got somebody screaming, "Stop that man!"
Oh shit! I didn't pay my bill. Sorry. That's how I roll. Shoot. That's how we roll in Texas.
Man, if there's any kids who are watching this podcast, that is not the way to roll. Do not do that.
No. You don't roll like this. Yeah, don't. Unless you're me, then I'll do it. No, yeah, I've been looking forward to that game, man. Ever since I saw the first trailer, you know, whenever they, like you said, when they showcased it a year ago or a year and a half ago, I had it on my wish list. Every time there's a show, an Xbox show, I always take note of all the games I'm interested in. and that's one of them. And now it's like, come on, man, are we gonna get some news or what? You know,
man. All I got to say is, you know what? I tell you what, if I can dig up the link, I'll post it in the chat. So when you come back, you can like click it when you want. But yeah, man, it's one of those. Basically, the way it works is it's not a linear shooter like that. Like in that showcase, how they showed it, it looked like it was a straightforward linear shooter. No, it's more like on the lines where it's like you have like an open stage. I guess you say kind of like how they're doing it with Halo now, with Halo Infinite, where you got this open stage where you can approach your objectives in any way you want. But when you're done with your objectives, you warp out to another sector of that star system, and you take care of those objectives there, and you warp back. But it has like a RPG and a upgrade system, so you can like buy more armor for your ship, more better weapons, subsystems and everything, and you can level them up.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to dress up like Star Trek or something and get all into it when it comes out.
So yeah, man. So it's definitely got a lot of meat to it, and I think I'm gonna have to check it out. But I guess any of you guys in the chat, if you're like on Steam, I believe the demo is available for PC on Steam.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna have to check it out then.
Look, man. Marquise Harold says, why they down in the Series S for winning Black Friday? You know what, bro? I'm on the same tip. Why they so mad, bro? Look, it's not our fault that the Series S lived up to its hype. Look, the beauty of that Series S, $299.99.
And do you remember how people said that's a big mistake?
Yep.
Legal.
I remember it all. Tech, and I remember you defended it. And you told people, don't sleep on this console. This console.
I'm gonna say it, legal. I'm gonna say it. And own it. It is our fault. It is our fault that is blowing up. because when you represent your platform, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk about your platform, not let the other one.
From the very beginning, I've been saying,
let the other one living your head rent free.
You know, from the very beginning, I've been like advocating for the Series S. Everybody kept talking about the X. Everybody kept talking about PS5. And I say, don't sleep on the S. Don't sleep on it. And people always ask me, why do you give so much attention to the S? I said, because we know what the X can do. We know what the X can do. And it's like, and people are doubting the S. And I was like, man, don't sleep on it. It's gonna be a little powerhouse. Sure, it doesn't have the resolution and what it lacks, compared to the X, but it can hold its own, and it's showing, And
when the tools hit, it's really going to hit. That the S means surprise.
Yeah.
The S means stealth.
Yeah.
So true, man. So true. It's a validated question, and we know what it is, man. Look, like I said, man, there's a lot of things that are gravitating to the reign of the Xbox. I don't know how many times I've said it, but gaming in itself is going towards Xbox. Xbox has been putting pieces together to get everything to function right so that the greatness of it can finally be revealed. It took years. You also got to understand, like, they've been held back. So now they're in a position where they're no longer being held back. They're no longer in a state of where, we need to get this one final piece in, one final piece that, and this infrastructure built. They finally got people in positions that are very well qualified, that have the passion. The diversity in Microsoft is so solid right now. The marketing is solid right now. The acquisitions are solid right now, and we're not even done with that. And like we always said, when it comes to a console war, we always said, right, that It comes down to capabilities. Remember when we said that? Listen to all my real gamers out there that was saying that along with me. Look how beautiful you look now. Because, see, we come from more than just 1 or 2 eras. Some of us come from 4 or 5. And lo and behold, if you come from the 5th era, like my man Fireball's probably comes from the 5th era, so there ain't really much you can tell this guy. He done seen it all. You know, and when you got people like that and you gravitate and you learn from them, because see, that's the beautiful thing about the gaming community, right? You get people who are just a little bit older than you and you talk with them. There's nothing wrong with that because you learn what you haven't been a part of and you learn that and you pass it down. The good thing about gaming is it actually has a history. Let me tell y'all something. Gaming blew up around the same times hip-hop blew up and pop culture blew up. Gaming is a part of those other 2 cultures. It's an 80s revolution thing. When we tell y'all that it wasn't cool being a gamer, just like it wasn't cool being a skater and a punk rocker and a hip-hop guy. You walked around with your jeans cut open and all that, and y'all are reliving what we did. We did double dutch, Kool-Aid. Girls wore Kool-Aid strings, ties in their head, and all these colors, and people had zippers in their shoes and in their pants.
Oh man, we had starter jackets.
We lived this stuff, man, and we ran to the arcade.
Kango hats,
all that stuff, all that stuff, man. We ran to the arcades, and what the arcades did was it gave us a sense of community. You learned at a young age how to get around in a community. Radiance 96 said, the only people who doubt the S are those that don't understand how games are made. Except for Nintendo and PS exclusives, all games are made from various GPUs and CPUs. The S will be fine. Amen, brother. As usual, Radiance 96 always dropping truthful jewels. We got to get you on one day, fam. You always doing that. And much love to you, man. You know how I feel about you, bro. You always been supporting us over here. You always been supporting me. So much love, bro. Dragonheart, your boy in the building. That's my dude. A year of 2 from now, Series S either going to drop to – listen. Look at this, man. Look at this right here. Look how beautiful this is. Got to let this breathe for a minute. Because I said the same thing, Dragonheart. I said, man, you know what, Tech? If this console ever drops just $50, game over. Game over, man. You know, because you can't, there's no way you can actually build a better console. Listen, 1440p at 120 for under $200, for under $3. Look, hell, it's crazy to even think. $250. If you can get that console for $250 doing that,
yeah,
that is insane.
Yeah.
That is literally insane.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to complain about that. Nobody.
I know who's going to complain and try to mock it. It's the other fan base saying, "Look at that! Look at that! They got a price drop it now."
You know, fine, but see, they should know very well because when Sony price dropped the hell out of that PlayStation 3, it price dropped. Wow. Oh man, yo, Sonic Echo X, man. Thanks, man. Yo, check this out.
Look at that.
Excited about Clarity Boost with Xbox Cloud Gaming. There's another good stuff, bro. That's another one. The cloud, the X Cloud is here, and it's done got itself on console now. Excited about Clarity Boost with Xbox Cloud on Microsoft Edge browser, aka the Microsoft Edge Canary. It improves the video quality of video streams. Amen, brother. Teach. Yeah. Xbox has the options. Let's go. And on top of that, Xbox got the Baton Pass from Sega. How good can you feel now being an Xbox fan? Yeah. But I'm glad you dropped that, man. We'll let that breathe.
Yeah, let it sit there for a bit.
We'll let it sit there for a minute. And I got something because you know what, y'all? I don't even want to waste time. But I want to go ahead and recap on something.
Oh, real quick before you do that, I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know I'm dropping the link right now for the chorus gameplay for any of y'all interested.
Yeah, okay. Put it in the chat, man. Drop it in the chat.
Chit chat.
Yeah, drop it in that mighty chit chat.
It's, boy, I swear to God,
That's
it's like
right,
throwing
David Beach, yes.
it's like throwing a biscuit in the middle of a kennel.
Right, and Halo Infinite is getting so close. I can't wait to play it. Exactly, bro. But check this out.
Oh, you know how close it is?
Check this out.
Some people are saying they already got it, the physical copy.
Wow.
So they've been sending.
It happens.
They just can't play it.
They've been saying, yeah, they've been sending out warnings talking about beware. They've been sending out spoiler warnings, letting people be advised that be aware there's going to probably be people out there trying to spoil it.
Okay, here I go. I'm recapping on something.
Everybody dies.
there's been something that occurred last night from what I'm hearing. Okay, it finally popped off.
Word?
Listen, I have to go back and give props to my man Xbox One, right? Because you know the differences, right? When somebody genuinely brings something up into our community that genuinely has a legitimate question, right? A legitimate opinion, basically. And let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can actually go back and find what he was saying. But if I can't, I'm going to get as close as I can to what he was basically saying that sparked all of this, okay? I'm trying my best right now, y'all. Bear with me. But
Deadly Drone got a Series X. Woo woo.
Basically, what he was saying was that. Oh, okay. I thought I had it. Okay, hold on. I think I'm getting close to it. But if I'm not, give me a few more seconds. If not, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of sum it up. Okay, so basically, I didn't get it. Okay, because I don't want to waste time trying to go up on his page and try to find it. But basically, what Xbox One did was he put up a post reflecting on the Game Awards, right? And he was basically saying that the Game Awards should at least reflect the gaming community. And it was more directed towards the reason why Forza Horizon 5 isn't even it didn't even come up for discussion for Gotti. It's not nowhere to be found, right? And he was just like, at least be more engaged into the gaming community to understand it, to see where everybody's gaming at, so that the Game Awards can have a true reflection on what's going on. Note that at this time, Forza Horizon 5 had about 6 million out the gate. This hadn't even been,
It was close to 10 before the actual launch.
There you go.
Wasn't it?
Exactly. It was moving. It was close to 10 before it launched. And then when it hit, we got our 7 million, 8 million, and 10 million count, right? Before the weekend. That's right, Tech, before the weekend. So we saw this as an Xbox community. Y'all over there in the chit chat, I'm gonna make sure I put y'all's words up. Don't worry, bear with me. And so his post got Jeff Keighley to respond, right? And
he responded a lot too.
He responded a lot, and that was a good thing because
on
his part, it showed that he's willing to engage. Now, here's how I'm thinking about it. I don't really believe, and I could be wrong, okay? This is me assuming. But I don't believe that Jeff has that much time to be worrying about what we post on Twitter. He has to have some scouts or some hound dogs out there that tell him, hey, look, there's an issue. You want to pop your head up on it and speak, okay? That's me personally, all right? So I don't care who your hound dogs are. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'll take that. Right, and I'll say, hey, I was wrong. He's looking there. So what that shows is that they're looking, they're paying attention to what we say. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I doubt it severely, but if they're doing it, then that's super great. All right. He was responding back and he was giving out some reasons as to why the Game Awards are like they are. And he was basically explaining, things about the reason why Forza 5, wasn't Gotti, but we could vote for other things. And people like JyzalGamingTV and him have validated answers for this stuff to make you just know that a lot of this stuff is BS. All right. At the end of the day, a lot of this stuff BS. It doesn't make sense because we've seen things in the past that reflect what we're talking about. That for some reason the Forza Horizon 5 isn't living up to it. Okay, and we're gonna get to this now. Once all of that happened, okay. Now what I'm saying is it sparked with Xbox One first, so we're gonna give him his flowers. I don't want it to go to nobody else. This credit goes to him and him only, okay? Now, because he was brave enough to speak his mind, he got this whole thing going, right? And so if it and it was an earthquake. It wasn't a little tremble. It was an earthquake. So I'm about to play something for y'all. This is what I did my investigation.
Why did I know that was going to happen?
No, but this ain't going to be long, Tech. This ain't gonna be long. But I'm going to play this for y'all because Tech, I don't want nobody to ever think we just speak off the top of our heads, bro. That day is over. We come with our pudding and we come with the pudding. You can either eat it or not, but hey, I didn't say this. I'm going to let you hear it from some people who actually do this thing called Xbox. The source couldn't be any greater. And what I've noticed was when I was watching this thing, after this was done, right, Tech and Boss and Chit Chat, I noticed that it wasn't but a couple more days after that now Jeff wants to come out and do some spaces. He wants to, and I didn't listen to it.
I saw that tweet.
Good. Yeah, we saw it, but I didn't listen to it because we're going to talk about it. And I didn't listen to it, so I don't know what he said. I don't know. I've seen I saw some people's comments about it. Some people got to talk about it. But listen, man, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. One thing we don't do over here, like we said, we don't itch your ears. We're not here to get handouts, freebies. Listen, I don't hate the guy. Let's make that clear. I don't dislike Jeff. Jeff has come a long way. He's done a lot of things, and he's
F that, dude. I can't stand that douche.
You can't now, but see, Tech, you're not being fake when you said that because when I met you, you said that about the guy. But yeah. I don't have no problems with him, okay? As far as what he's brought to the table in gaming, okay, on that end, on that aspect, I don't hate that, okay? That's not my issue with the guy. I'm going to be very clear about why I think the way I think. So I'm going to let y'all hear what I got, and then we're going to roll from that, okay? So here we go, people. Let me unlock this, and I'm going to let y'all hear this straight up because it gets no better than this. Here we go.
Hey, Tech, cue those wacky wavy wayback lines.
Yo, Fireboss, you got to be quiet, man, because I'm playing this. Hold on.
So I think probably I'll jump. I think I finished in 32. I need to make a.
Y'all know whose voice that is.
Yeah, you'll get some of the points. So there's all these different activities when you actually close my window, so I don't know what we're looking at right now. But these, because I did want to bring up a tweet. But when you go into the pause menu here and you go over there, so this is the spring season as we record this now.
Let me go full screen on you.
Live.
There you go.
And you see like, if you get X amount, so I have 12 points for the season so far, and if I want to get that NSX, that is like my favorite car of all time. Is
really
Acura NSX or Honda NSX in Japan. And so if you do these different activities, then so I'm like somewhat progressed on this, and here's some of the dailies, so I can go and do these dailies. And then one of them, and there's a Horizon Arcade, and you get X amount of points for doing each of them. So I've done some of them, as you can see, the one with the Mercedes AMG. So you get, by finishing these activities in the right vehicle, you'll get a car, you'll get a wheel spin or whatever you see right there. But then you also get the points, and those points add up per season. And so there's daily and weekly activities to do. So I'm close to getting the first car there, but I'm going to have to really get after it tonight for the NSX, which is really cool. I just wanted to call it. You mentioned you were playing with Phil, and he tweeted out, and this was on day one on I guess 24 hours or so after. No, it was day one. It was on launch day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he said, we've invested in Xbox for years in Xbox so more people could play. With 4.5 million players so far across PC, cloud, and console, Forza Horizon 5 shows that promise coming to life.
That was day one. Launch day. 4.5 million, day one.
Studios game with peak concurrence 3 times the peak of Forza Horizon 4. Right. So thank you, players, and congrats to Playground Games. So that's just great. I love that so many people are jumping in, whether it's through Game Pass or whether they got the the deluxe edition, where they jumped in on Friday, or they had Game Pass and they bought the upgrade that allowed them to play early, which it seems like a lot of people did as well. So it's just really cool to look on your friends list and everybody's playing it, and you're seeing the drive. Like Aubrey, who works at Turn 10, she just like drove by me and she did a donut right in front of me. She like 180'd in front of me. So I was like messing with the setting, and then she just honks at me. And of course her honk was like the Windows XP shutdown or something, some crazy thing like that. And I think mine was like a royal fanfare. It was just really fun. And then we just
what's so in the game, a lot of people, I don't know if you know this, but you can go into the settings and you can have the AI call you by your name. What name have you chosen?
What did I say? Oh my God. I'm going to have to go and look. I think I said like Chief. I like it to be like a little like sarcastic. Like, okay, Chief, let's get out of here. Well, because my name is in there, but I didn't want to use my name. Is yours in there? It's the same nature?
It does. It does.
Well, there we go.
Thank you, Playground, for adding that in. I was stunned.
I saw Rod Ferguson complaining that Rod was not in there, and so he picked something crazy. And there's some funny stuff in there, but okay, well that's good to know.
We got to get into that. So you're playing Forza. I had a chance to, and I don't know if I can't really show right now because it's kind of at the far end of my screen.
Pay attention.
I had a chance to. I finished Far Cry 6. It's right.
Yes, we started off together, and then I got sort of tied up in travel, and you continued on in Yara, and that's good to hear.
I wrapped that up. So that was between that and Forza and that this week. Those were really the only things I've had a chance to play. And that, Far Cry 6, there's a lot, as with most Ubisoft open world games as of late, there's a lot there. So it was moving it along, right?
Yeah, at some point it's like, okay, I always start these games with like the best of intentions. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to 1K it. And then at some point I'm like, okay, there's other stuff coming out. I'm going to just like hit the golden path. But it's good if, you want to focus on a game that there's so much there. And
I ended up down some weird sidetrack, some side quest, which was, I had to protect somebody who was a drag queen who was doing a show, and it was very strange. It was a lot of fun. It was a very different type of.
Y'all know who that is.
So I got back into it. Speaking of like interesting side quests, I got back into Lost Judgment, which is from the makers of Yakuza. It's a great game. The first game is like kind of like very serious. You're tracking down a serial killer, right? And it's possible that this game will be serious too. But where I'm at, essentially it's like almost like 21 Jump Street. I've gone undercover at a high school to.
That's my first spot. I wanted y'all to know who was talking, and where the information was coming from. So it wasn't no 1 million. It wasn't no 2 million. It wasn't no 3 million. It was almost 5 million day one. Now I'm going to go and look. I wanted y'all to hear that. That's my first one I wanted y'all to hear. And now I'm going to find the second thing I want y'all to hear. But boss, go ahead and continue. No. Nope. But his name is going to be brought up, Emmanuel. And shouts to you, man, for getting your Series X today. Shouts to him, man. I was listening. I saw you, so wanted to put that back up there again. Heck yeah, man. Welcome home, man. Welcome home. Enjoy, man. I hope you have so much fun with that. But Fireboss, go ahead, bring up something to talk about. I'm going to bring up the very next thing before I bomb this whole situation.
Shoot.
Yes, sir. Major Nelson. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Fireboss. I'll be right back, y'all.
Shoot. Hey, Tech, you had a chance to play any Cyberpunk 2077?
Man, I played it day one. I got it. And I think like a month or maybe 2 months in, I stopped playing because I got wrapped up in other games as well. But then it's like, I've been waiting for the upgrade because they said they're going to give out the upgrade, I think sometime next year. So I think I'm just going to wait until they give us the upgrade to start all over again.
Yeah, I've been debating on whether or not to jump in it myself. But I'm reading some news right here, and I guess this just came out, and according to this, it's saying this decision was made based on data, but apparently CD Projekt Red has no plans Or
Oh,
at least for now, to let it come to Game Pass.
oh, Game Pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
hell, man, they might as well because I saw it for $10 on sale today. I mean,
that's what I'm that's what I'm thinking too. So to me, it's kind of like, what data is y'all looking at?
I mean, just might as well just put it there, let people play it because, like I said, I was looking through GameStop. I'm trying to buy a game for my son, and they have like a buy two get one free kind of thing. And Cyberpunk just happened to be on the list, and it was $10. $10, man.
Man, dude, I mean, that's there you have it, folks. How the mighty has fallen. There you have it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. I mean, I like the hours I put into Cyberpunk, I didn't have any issues like a lot of people were having. I was actually having fun with it. It was pretty cool. The environment, the environment and everything that's part of the game. It's just I got pulled away with other games and eventually it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna start all over because I'm lost where I'm at. And then I keep hearing like, hey, there's an upgrade coming, and then they say it's delayed. And then I hear Q1 of 2022. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just wait a little bit longer to start all over again,
Yeah, man.
But there's, so many other games coming out. You got Halo, Forza just came out. You got Elder Rings coming out. You got Stalker coming out. I mean, it's just, there's so much. I mean, it's going to be, you're going to be overwhelmed with all these games that are coming out soon.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I know a lot of people don't care for the whole comparison to Netflix and stuff, but that's kind of how it is. It's like when you first come to Netflix, you just bum rush with a whole bunch of stuff, and you don't, unless you already came in with a plan. Like, okay, I'm gonna jump on Avowed, and then I'm gonna get some of the Sea of Thieves. I mean, unless you already have that game plan, you're overwhelmed.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, for sure.
And it's only going to get worse if you're somebody who.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to get worse. Oh no, I was just going to say it's just going to get worse.
I mean, I got my backlog list of games that I want that are not a part of game that are not part of Game Pass. There are games that are in Game Pass that I've been wanting to play, which are my backlog. So like this week, I just started Scarlet Nexus and Back 4 Blood. I'm still working on like a Dragon. I'm on the last boss, and that last boss, if you play Like a Dragon, that final second to the last boss is hard. And I'm getting frustrated because it's like no matter what I do, I can't beat the guy. So, but then you got Halo coming up. You got Forza that just came out. It's just they just keep dishing it. They keep dishing it, and it's just funny how people still try to downplay Game Pass, and make fun of people like us who are excited for Game Pass, like the service itself, and they say, well, you're more excited about the service itself than the games. And it's like, but the games are the service, and that's what's amazing about it, And there's so much content, and like I told many people from the very beginning, I was Game Pass on day one. And it sucked. There was nothing. There was no content whatsoever. It was a bunch of old games, like people said at the beginning, nothing but old games. Sure, I agree. But just like Netflix was the same way when it first came out. It was nothing but old movies.
Oh, I remember that too.
You remember that when it first came out? It's just old movies that nobody wanted to watch. And what happened? Yeah. And what happened, dude? They started getting mature. They started getting more content. They started getting movies, sooner than way later, of recent movies. And that's what's happening with Game Pass. Except Game Pass just moving a lot more faster than when Netflix did back then.
Yeah, and also Netflix, they took risk. They took risk, and they started providing their own content by acquiring their own studios and working with a lot of independent groups that just didn't have a bigger production company to pick them up.
Yep.
And now you got like all these all these movies and stuff like that just come from them. They have their own like cartoon series, TV series.
Oh yeah.
And it's theirs, no one else's.
And look what everybody else is doing. They're doing the same thing. Everybody has a streaming service these days.
Exactly.
And why? Because it works. It's working. Sure, maybe at the very beginning, it's like, oh man, who's gonna? Everybody's gonna doubt it. Everybody's gonna doubt that business model. But who are we? I mean, who are we to say it's gonna fail? It's gonna succeed? We're coming along for the ride. If it succeeds, great. If it doesn't, well, oh well. Well, there's nothing we can do about it.
Hey, Legal, if you're there, you might need to do some kicking, man.
No, I'm here, brother. I'm just going down the chat. Y'all doing good, bro. I already got my ammo. I'm just y'all chilling, man. Y'all
okay,
brother.
All right.
I'm gonna come in when you get done. When I get done with the chat, I'll let you know. I'm just scrolling down, making sure everybody's words get heard.
All right, Jackie Chan,
look who I got. Look who I got up in here. You gotta be kidding. You know what? Naked's not gonna leave me alone. But you know what? We're just gonna laugh with Naked, man. Naked just can't help. He can't.
Naked. Oh no,
he
spam.
Can't help itself right now. So
yeah,
gotta come in and clown.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, so let me tell you where I was last week. So last week I was in Mexico. I wasn't able to do a show from out there because I was worn out after doing what I was doing. But on the way back home, on the flight that I was in, there was a group of guys, like young kids, like high schoolers. I guess they were on a field trip or something. And two of them happened to have two brand new PS5s with them. They found them in Mexico, and they just happened to see it. And they're like, "Hey, I'm going to get one right now and bring it back." And they were able to bring it back home to here.
Okay, I'm back. I'm glad Tech is back too in the States. He did good.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got Fireballs. I got the chit chat in here. So here we go.
Yeah, I didn't get caught by the cartel or anything like that.
Yeah, bro. Straight up. No, straight up, man. Stuff can happen, We know this stuff. But yeah, man, we just glad everything's okay. All right, here we go, y'all. To conclude this, and we're gonna move it on to what I think Tech and Boss stirred up all this, like you said, Boss. I saw that yesterday stuff, right? So look at Rain. Right. We never yeah, you never know, man. This is social media, right? You never know. The weirdo stuff is a part of the game. Here we go, y'all. All right, here we go. Buckle up. Y'all ready? Here we go.
So the ring, I think we called
animates. I love that.
Yeah, I think we called these.
And by the way, this is a different show. Here we go.
The Rings of Light back in the day. I can't remember. But anyway,
this almost looks like it's like inspired by like a combination of Xbox 360 and Psychonauts. It has like those bold colors in there together. Yeah. By the way, congrats to Psychonauts being nominated as Game of the Year for the Game Awards that will be happening in December. Great to see it up there. Also great to see Deathloop from our friends at Bethesda. Actually, really all of the Game of the Year noms are excellent games. Once again, a great year of gaming.
I won't violate anyone's confidentiality or privacy, but I should share with you. Where is it? I've had quite a text thread going with.
We can't get the volume up more than that. You're gonna have to bear with it, Emmanuel.
With Jeff Keighley about how Forza got robbed. Forza Horizon got robbed.
I mean, I think, if we look at, the reviewers, if we look at the fans, Forza Horizon 5 is very much in the conversation for Game of the Year. I don't know the criteria for this particular show.
Yeah, but anyway, we're looking forward to that. And it's funny is there's a coincidence. Not 20 nominations in our 20th year. Coincidence? I don't know.
That's a lot of nominations.
Yeah, a lot of nominations. So looking forward to the show, the Game Awards. I'll get Jeff on and prior to the awards, I'll have him come on and talk about that and bust his chops a little bit about Forza. I mean, I know he does it. He's not making all the decisions, so it's difficult to put everything on him. But who else am I going to put it on? So
yeah. I mean, it is. He's the host. So
yeah, exactly. It's
get the good with the bad.
It's his baby. But and you and I may be going into.
It's his baby.
Yep.
I'm gonna end it right there, gentlemen. And then you listen to Major Nelson. Major Nelson said, you know, I want to have a little talk with him, make him come out and have a little talk. We need to explain, you know, what's the whole deal with this Forza Horizon situation being snubbed? Because every real gamer knows it was snubbed. Whether
It's
you're
all coming home to roost.
Right. Now.
Oh, no, I've been exposed.
Yeah. Now watch this, Fire Boston Tech.
Ah, nuts.
As I proceed to give them what they need, right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Chit chat room. I want everybody to listen closely. We're gonna start 2003 Game Awards, and I want y'all to tell me how the hell we're relative to this show. I want, when y'all tell me how you feel relative to this show, let me know when I'm done with this. Every game of the year awarded by the Game Awards. 2003, Madden. 2004. 2004, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. 2005, Resident Evil 4. 2006, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. 2007, BioShock. 2008, Grand Theft Auto 4. 2009, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. 2010, Red Dead Redemption. 2011, The Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim. 2012, Telltale's The Walking Dead.
That's a good one.
2013, Grand Theft Auto 5. 2014, Dragon Age Inquisition.
That's a good one too.
2015, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
Yep, that's a good one.
2016, Overwatch. 2017, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. 2018, God of War. 2019, Sekiro, Shadow Dies Twice. 2020, The Last of Us Part 2. 2021, question mark. Now, after I read all of that, right? Fireballs, Teknoblast.
Hold on. Out of all those years, 3 Sony games?
Out of all those years, right?
3 Sony games?
Correct. And what did you notice never was part of that? What did you notice?
No Halo.
Come on with it. Just, yeah, exactly. But what do we not hear? What kind of game did you not hear? What kind of game that, from what brand did you never heard me say?
No Xbox games. No Xbox.
There you go. Since what year, Fireballs and Jack? Since 2003. Now let's be for real, because this is what the legal does, baby. Let's be real. Tech said it when he said, "Damn, no, not one Halo game," because Tech is validated. 2004, if I'm not mistaken, was the year Halo 2 came out. But right? Halo 2 must have not have made the cut because it came out in November or whatever. So you got to understand why this thing is designed the way it is, because I just read it out to y'all. That's why you're not seeing not one Xbox game. But the world blew up when Halo 2 dropped. The whole world went nuts, okay, when Halo 2 dropped.
Man,
but it didn't.
That's an understatement.
Right.
Legal, I still remember that mess. That's an understatement.
I still remember that, bro. That was insane. They even got listen, Fireballs, they got a documentary about it. All right. That's how big that game was, right? And to this day, I haven't seen anything like it. Now, notice
the closest to me, I think that got us crazy was probably Skyrim.
Okay.
It wasn't at that number, but it was close.
There it is. Right, listen, Radiance. Exactly, bro. Look, we're gonna move on from that, right? Halo 2 was the biggest game in 2004. That's not even up for debate. Ain't even up for debate, right? Game Awards ignored that. This is why I'm trying to get people to understand this Game Awards. The next one was 2006. How did Gears of War not win Game of the Year? So there was 2 years out of that where Xbox should have won something from there, right?
Yeah,
should have been
because I remember with Gears, people wouldn't shut up with Gears.
Dude,
Gears 2 was the talk.
Even Gears 2, exactly. So there's no Halo, there's no Gears on the Game Awards. I don't even take it serious right there. And what I just read, Bro, come on. I like you can't. There's nothing you can say to me. All right. I understand why things are up the way they are.
Hey, let me pause you there. I gotta get out because I'm gonna drive back home, then I'll get back on the computer.
Oh, no problem, Ted. Be careful, brother. No problem. You know, I understand why it's designed the way it is, boss. There's no fooling us there. All right. But I just want people to understand why Xbox gamers are not relative to this show. We've never been. We've never been a part of the discussion. Never. Since 2003, y'all, never. Okay? So it's not a big surprise that Forza Horizon 5 is being done the same way. You got to understand there's receipts. Okay? So after hearing what Major Nelson said, it's no surprise to me that now Jeff wants to come out in Spaces and have a little talk. Well,
it was odd.
Listen,
that was really odd.
Why are we having, look, don't tell me, and I saw it, man. Listen, y'all know how I feel about bigger influencers, all right, who give out Halloween candy all the way through the year. Nobody ever said the Game Awards doesn't show big premiere games. Nobody is doubting that. That's not even why we're here tonight. All right? That's right. It didn't. That's right. It didn't start until 2014. We're just talking about, I went to when the influence of the Game Awards started in 2003 and 2003 went all the way up. But 2014, Jeff Keighley officialized it. And to what we know now, Emmanuel A1 is correct. So from 2014 up. So it doesn't even make sense as to think that why are we really here? It's not about game premieres. It's not about that because we know it gives out great premieres. Listen, I never really watched the show, and I'm just being honest because I never felt like it connected to me. I'm an Xbox gamer, but when
I never did, there was no point because I can just go to YouTube and see the trailers.
Correct, but when Microsoft told me that, hey, we're going to have a big surprise on the Game Awards 2 years ago, I went. And that's when the Xbox One Series X dropped. And I was like, oh, man. So it was revealed. Then I watched the last. Now last year, we're going to talk about that too, okay? So I guess they think we're blind, right? We're going to talk about this, y'all. So he comes out with his Spaces. I don't know what he talked about, but I saw some people's comments. All right, they were dodging. This is why we doing Di-RRec gaming. We ain't dodging nothing here. We just want to be open. I want to give credit to my man Xbox One. All right. So on behalf of him, in spirit, we got his spirit tonight. He doesn't have a platform. So what we do, we speak. We speak for those. We echo. We echo the hearts. Right. So we here, and I feel him. He's a good friend of mine. I feel everything he was saying, and so. We're here where we're at a point where Jeff is making Spaces. He's doing a Spaces. Well, why is he doing it? It ain't because Game Awards is shows premiere games. No, he's doing it because there's been an earthquake about how his show represents gaming. All right. And Forza Horizon 5 is being brought up because it makes absolutely no sense. Okay. Why it's not even brought up. Don't tell us it needs a story and all of that. Y'all heard the games that won Gotti before. So we don't bring that up to us. All right. We don't want to hear that. That's not validated. All right. Overwatch won during his reign. Overwatch. There's no stories with that. All right. So let's not go there. I don't want to hear the excuses. All right. This is about reflecting the gaming community. Why is he really doing this? If everything was okay, people, we wouldn't have had the Spaces. Okay? If everything was okay, Major Nelson wouldn't have said what he said, along with my man Jeff on the show. They wouldn't have talked about it. Okay? People wouldn't be feeling some type of way if things were okay. So we know things aren't okay. So this is why things are being talked about.
So, yeah, I mean, dude, I said it before. I said it before in the last podcast. Sorry to interject. Yeah, sorry to interject. I said it before. This is going to do. This is going to be a black eye on the VGAs that he can't wipe away.
Right. Let me finish this so I don't forget.
All right.
Because we know that this stuff was not, you know, I'm glad my man Six Slayer's here because he just made me, he just, you know what, you got exactly, you know, but I'm glad Six Slayer's here because he just made me think about something. Shout out to Six Slayer too. Glad you're here, man, because you just sparked something. We were talking, and he made a good point. He was like, Legal, you understand that when he did it, it's because the earthquake was there, and it was in preparation, and we know he's not lying. When you think about what Six just said, it's true because we got a message on Twitter. Hey, I'll be doing a Spaces soon. So, like Fireball said, I saw that. So, Fireballs, that's a preparation move. All right, that's not something sporadic. Xbox One spoke from the heart, and he posted at a sporadic. All right, came out of nowhere. All right, it was from his heart. Boom. It wasn't planned. You know, he didn't wake up with it. Hey, giving people, hey, listen, this is what I'm going to post. Wasn't planned. It came straight from the streets, right? Straight from his heart. But when Jeff Keighley did it, When Jeff Keighley, hey, listen, I'm not making fun of the guy's last name. That was an honest mistake. I'm sorry. When Jeff Keighley said it, he did it in preparation. So Six Slayer, if he's wrong, when he was saying that to me, hey, listen, he's a man about it. Hey, I'm wrong. I know the guy. But I strongly agree with him, okay? Because all the evidence is leaning towards that. All right, so he's prepared. He knows what he's going to say. He knows what he's going to do. It's all prepared. But here's what I want everybody to notice. Last year, The Last of Us 2. Do not ever forget that, because that was the truth. All right? There was nothing anybody could do to stop that game from winning the game of the year. We saw it with our own eyes. They shut people down on YouTube. They shut people down on Metacritic.
There's controversy with some of the reviews. Don't forget that.
There was controversy with the reviews. There was devs that were walking out. Okay? Devs walking out. There was stores saying we're not going to take this game back for resales. Remember all of this. That happened in front of your eyes. So he can't tell me anything. He can't tell me that this stuff isn't set up. So I understand what Six Slayer was saying to me. It's right there. So we've never been a part of that show. The history proves it. We saw what he's a Sony fan. I have nothing against him there. But just be truthful about it. Come out the closet with it. Look, man, like, you don't have to be fake about any of this. You got people who, listen, I understand how this social media thing goes. All right? The people with the strongest followers feel like their word is the best over anybody. I don't care about that. You don't have to come here and like what I say. But I don't base what I say off your likes or dislikes. I legal base my stuff off my own validated reasons. I can stand on my own 10 toes and speak from myself, and I'm not itching nobody's ears just so I think, oh, if I make you mad, you're gonna stop following me. That's not direct gaming. Okay, we're coming here bringing our evidence. Okay, and you can clearly see this. It's just not something that we're making up. You see it. So after he did his Spaces, okay, the Game Awards is coming on. You know, it's coming. So hey. We already know, listen, man, it wouldn't surprise me if Ratchet & Clank doesn't win Gotti. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, it didn't reflect. It didn't reflect. You know? And Noah Gonzalez says, I want a Spider-Man 2 gameplay world premiere at the Game Awards and maybe Wolverine gameplay in Game Awards 2021. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But, you know, it's clear as day. And so that was my issue. My issue is I saw something and I thought about it, y'all, for some days. I was like, should I speak about this? And then I just finally said, I'm going to speak about this. I even hit up Sick. Sick knows. I testify. He knows what I'm saying is true. I said, man, I'm thinking about it. I'm just going to go ahead and bomb this information because I think the Xbox streets needs to know. If they didn't hear it, don't take it from me. You heard it. You know, if you didn't hear it and you just tuning in, hey, subscribe to the channel, man. Hit the notification bell. Smash the like button. Smash the dislike button. Leave some comments below. Do whatever you feel. But we here, baby. You know, I felt like, hey, the gaming streets needs to know this stuff. It's all good. I'm just reflecting what I see. I'm not picking no sides. We're shooting it straight down the middle, right, Fireballs? And as I read from 2003, we don't have no relation there. There's no relative ties. Nowhere to be found. So there's no reason right now to think, oh, all of a sudden, we should feel important. We're not, man. If Psychonauts wins, fine. We're not. Our community don't act like that. Okay, good, cool. Because we know when you stack up Psychonauts against Halo or Forza, it's not going to stack up like that. But we all know that racing game deserves to be gotten. We all know that.
Yep.
So it's at this point, the Game Awards, to me, my opinion, it doesn't reflect the true essence of gaming communities. You give the credit to the gaming community that's doing it. Hey, he had no problem giving the Game Award to the Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. Hey, that's where everybody was gaming at. That game hit over 10 million. That game was hot. That made sense. I didn't hate that Zelda won. It made sense. But man, y'all heard it. You heard it from Jeff when he was quoting Phil Spencer, our leader, right? Said 4.5 million in 24 hours. That's insane. And you can't give credit to that? Like, that's when you got to say, you know what? There's some circumstances. I know we got the rules in play, but let's be honest, y'all. That's incredible. Now, watch this. This is where it's funny. The Game Awards is about awarding devs. What better dev team needs more awards than Playground Games? Think about that. Think about that. That developing team is going to be overlooked, and it's got the most people, 3 times that of the last game they made, engagement 3 times more, and nowhere to be found. That right there is hilarious. It's shameful. It's ridiculous. And it's not even the fact that it's Xbox, because we've never been there. But I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move off of this, okay? You got past this year. You got past this year. You ain't gonna get past the next ones, because those games that are hot, they ain't gonna be just dropping in November. And like I said,
well, Starfield is what? The 22nd of November. So it's after whatever their stupid deadline is.
Yeah, people are already talking about that. You're right. But it is what it is, Tech. I'm at the point where I think Microsoft doesn't even care. Microsoft doesn't care.
You know, I've been saying this for a long time. It's like, who cares about the Game Awards?
Yeah.
You know, because
you never liked the guy.
I never liked the guy. Okay. I don't like awards, period. I don't like game awards. I don't like music awards. I don't like movie awards. I don't like any sort of awards. Because it's just a dick swinging contest. That's all it is, you know. And for me, success is, when it comes to games, is the engagement of the games. Just like with Forza, which got their 10 million peak or whatever it was, 11 million within the first few days. That's success. I mean, they should be proud no matter what, and not have to depend on some stupid game awards and say, "Oh man, we got snubbed." I say, who cares? Your game right now is the most popular game right now on any platform, and that should mean something more than some stupid award, you know? Hello?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, but I don't know. But like I said, but in contrast, the way I kind of see it is that it's like, yeah, truth be is that it is just that, you know, an award. It's a title. but it's one of those things where it's like, like say, with your Astros, becoming champions. That's an award. It's a more grander award, but it still shows that after their long road, the long road that they've traveled and stuff like that, all the trials and tribulations and all the practices and training and, and all the stuff they went through, they made it. That, that shows that, hey, we made it to the top of the mountain. And when they look back years later, hey, you see that up there in that case? We've been there. We was there before. And I guess that's the only way I look at it, whereas it's a marker. And if somehow or another Forza was able to lock that down, that is one of the most hardest pivots you can ever, point at for, how, how much, how far, Xbox has came, because now it's one more narrative dragged out into the street by some dictator waving his gun. You see this? You see this?
Mm-hmm.
And execute it right in front of everybody, right in front of the whole doggone town. And not a single word can be said. Nothing can be done.
Yep.
And that's to me, and probably me only, that's basically how I feel about it. But that's just the selfish me. Yeah. But the more wide open me is more like, this is also good for Playground, because there's those of them that feel the way you do. All right. There's some of them that feel the way I do, whereas it's like, man, we got snubbed and stuff like that. And yeah, the world goes on, but it's just good. It's just good to have that thing that they can look back and say, hey, you see that? We hit the mountaintop. So let's go for it again, guys. Let's do it again. So yeah, I mean, don't have to have it, but it's something that would have been nice to have. It's something that would have been that true sign of the times, that, hey, times is changing. I mean, we got enough signs going around as it is already, but I mean, boy, that would have been one hell of a sign right there.
Yeah. Yep. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying too, and I totally get it. It's the recognition for their hard work, and that's always good to recognize their hard work and say, hey, we made it to the top and we got it this year and all that. So I get it, but just like the other side of me is like, what, who cares?
Yeah. So I mean, so when legal, brings up that it's supposed to be a show celebrating the devs and stuff, I'm kind of like, wow, it's to celebrate the devs, but yet you just practically slap these devs, right in the face.
Yeah.
It's like
now,
it's like, Playground.
Let me ask this. Is it more because does everybody feel snubbed because it's Forza Horizon, or is it because it's Forza Horizon and it hit 10 million players at launch?
Well, yeah, it hit almost 5 million.
Nobody said anything before with any of the previous Forzas, unless I completely missed it.
That's right, because none of them did that. That's exactly right, Tech. None of them. This is the look for this Forza Horizon 5 broke Xbox
didn't
records,
3,
man.
Didn't 3 get a nomination or something? No, didn't 3 one time get a nomination?
I don't know.
I don't know about the nomination thing. I'm talking about the impact. No other Forza Horizon series impacted the way that 5 did, and to be exact, 5 broke shattered records, man. It shattered Xbox records. So to ignore all of that is insane. It's like, based off the criteria that it missed it by one day, because he was talking about, November 4th wasn't the initial release date, it was the 5th. And I was like, well, what does it matter? Like, millions of people were already playing the game. That's the funny part about it. He's acting like, you know, it would have been different if it was a few 100,000 people. You know, I could understand that. Okay. But and it's not like the early release was based upon people getting it for free. They paid
people
to
paid
get
for
the early release, and over 4.5 million people were already playing it, like Ted said, before the release date. So
the
come on, man,
date,
like that reason was kind of bogus, bro. You know, millions of people were already playing the game. It's crazy, man. But anyway, I'm moving on to the next. Look, man, it is what it is. All right. So I come across some new news about Spider-Man. Not the Marvel Avengers news, because that news, I think people, you know, are kind of
be right back, guys.
They're not really excited about that news, and that's kind of crazy. You know how that all ended up becoming what it is now. Anyway, so I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the motion picture Spider-Man situation where I believe it's deeper than what we think, and I believe that it goes to show you that box office numbers is not the end result for how we think that these companies make an end profit, because I don't think people understand just how much money goes out, right? And it's not just the movies. So, but it was something that I read way back in 2014. Now, this is way before Spider-Man was getting that exclusive PlayStation deal with Disney. None of that had even happened. This is years before all this stuff even happened, and Spider-Man was just in the movie theaters, right? And Sony was putting out Spider-Man movies. But I'm going to take it back a little bit, y'all, before I get to that point, so that we have this trail, all right? So let's go to this situation. The topic will be why Marvel Studios doesn't own Spider-Man, but we're going to go back to this Spider-Man, this Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I brought up in a Spaces one day, and we were talking to some PlayStation fans where I was telling people that it did not make the money that Sony wanted to make. And there was a guy that was trying to tell me, well, it grossed 7.8 million worldwide, you know, blah, blah. And they, you know, compared to what the budget was. So yeah, they made money. But and listen, we're not experts. I'm not knocking the guy. So if the guy hears this, he was going off of his heart, and he was going off of what he knew. But I found a source that made me think differently, and we could have been right. People like me who were saying, you know, that Sony has to make these movies, man. They can't just sit on their butt, and they have to hit these numbers, because if they don't hit these numbers, this little deal with the licensing isn't secured. I just want to make everybody, I want to be clear with that. This Sony licensing deal with Spider-Man isn't finite. It's not something that Sony just has in a firm grip with the infinite gauntlet and nobody can take it away from them. Because there was something that was said that made me say, okay. So based off of that, right, this was the talks. Why would the company even think of selling the character that is among its most reliable earners? Answer, it would not, right? Concerning Sony. You might want to see Marvel Studios produce an Avengers 2. So you know this goes back because they're talking about an Avengers 2, right? That features Spider-Man, but that ain't happening. So look what they thought wasn't going to happen, which ended up happening, right, Tech? Right, boss? Yep. So while the latest film in the series, and by the way, there's a reason why they didn't think it wasn't happening, because Sony always going to have their chest out. And I also want to be clear. I don't want anybody to think that these partnerships are friendly deals, because we saw them get mad at each other. Disney yanked Tom Holland away. They came back. They had to renegotiate deals. So don't come with this. Oh, they're making deals and they're all happy. No, they're not all happy. All right. So while the latest film in the series of 2014's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 struggled domestically. Key word is struggle. All right. It brought in $708 million worldwide, showcasing its global profitability as a franchise for Sony. That's what it showed. Now watch this, y'all, as we move along. Okay, hold on. I had the wrong one. Let me move it up here. Here we go. Let's just in the top 20. Now this comes in 2015 after they got all the information. You know, they have to let the months go, year comes in, and they calculate everything. So they got the top 20. They're only using the top 20. Number 18 is where Amazing Spider-Man 2 fell at in the top 20. It was at the lower top 20. It landed number 18 for 2014 year as the most valuable movie blockbuster tournament that they were doing, right? That was the criteria. So listen to this, y'all. Listen to this, Tech. And boss, you're gonna love this chit chat. Now, when you hear me, watch how I read this and watch how something just sneaks up out of nowhere. So when it comes to evaluating the financial performance of top movies, it isn't about what a film grosses at the box office. All right. So we can stop talking that because that's not the factor. The true tale is told when production budgets, P&A talent, participations, and other costs collide with box office grosses. And ancillary revenues of VOD to DVDs and TV, okay? To VODs to DVDs and TVs. All right, we know that. To get close to that mysterious end of equation, using data cued by seasoned and trusted sources, we're counting down from the number 20 and we'll present the data on Monday. So that's what it was. So here it comes. They got all of that done. And The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Another big budget effort that was designed to gross $1 billion. So see, it was designed to gross $1 billion, all right? And it didn't. That's the first thing you need to know. The 3D film sure opened huge. It opened with huge numbers because it came out with 91.6 million opening weekend when it bowed in May 2, right? And yet Sony is again overhauling the Spidey franchise. Like we said back then, they're going to be prostituting the hell out of Peter Parker. For the third time. This happened for the third time. How did the movie really do? Watch this. In order to know, here we go, the box office score. Here are the costs and revenues as our expert sees them. The bottom line, some say that this has to be the most maligned movie ever that turned in a worldwide gross of 708.98 million, including a 94.4 million of that from China, all right? But the telltale signs of the franchise fatigue are evident. Consider how the Spidey numbers have descended. The original Sam Raimi movie grossed at 821.7 million worldwide, including a 403.7 million domestic and 418 million foreign. The sequel did a 783.8 million worldwide and a 373.6 million domestic, 412.2 million foreign, and the third one jumped to 890.87 million worldwide with a 336.5 million domestic and a 554.3 million foreign. So the third one did real strong, right? Then Raimi decided no more, and 500 Days of Summer Helmer, Mark Webb took over, right? Here it goes. With a compressed amount of time to work up a new version before the rights clock ran out and the franchise would have reverted to Marvel at Disney. The end. I don't even need to talk no more. So the fact is this. Sony has to make Spider-Man movies in an amount of time. And if they don't make these movies in an amount of time, the rights go back. Just like people like me thought. Now, on top of that, we speed things up. Have y'all noticed what's been going on with Spider-Man? There's been deals between Disney and Marvel since 2015, right? And we know that something happened. Something's not going right in the favor of Sony, y'all. This link comes out in 2021. And I know if y'all read this, y'all know, but I'm bringing it up for the people that don't. Disney inks a huge Sony deal to bring Spider-Man and other films to Disney Plus and Hulu. Disney adds to its web of Marvel content. Now, to speed things up, this is what's going on. The Disney and Sony Pictures have signed a multi-year content licensing agreement. This is big. That will bring new Sony theatrical releases starting with its 2022 films to Disney-owned platforms. The deal also gives Disney the rights to many of Sony's older films. So Disney got the rights. But watch this.
Disney's Ghostbusters
titles. Including Spider-Man titles. Meaning that movies starring the web slinger, which are notably absent from Disney Plus collection of Marvel films, could eventually make their way to the streaming service. Now, here's the pitch. Sony's theatrical releases from 2022 through 2026 are included in the deal, and Disney will get access to them following their pay-to-one TV window. See that? Starting at 2022. That window, which follows a film's theatrical and home video runs, will be owned by Netflix. Owned. Thanks to a deal announced earlier this month, that means new Sony films will hit theaters first, so Sony will cash in there. Then paid rentals and purchases. They make their money there. Look how Sony's doing this. But here's where the L's start to happen. So something's not strong all the way with Sony. Then Netflix. So after the paid rentals and purchases, when it comes available for your streaming, Netflix gets that money. Sony don't get that money no more. And then finally heads over to Disney platforms. That's when Disney gets the money. Now watch this. So even though Disney and Sony deals means that Disney won't have new Spider-Man films right after the theatrical runs, the company will get to include them in its streaming catalog over the long term, something that Disney arguably values more. So Sony gets the quick money, and that's it. So which makes things harder to do, like me and Tech talked about a long time ago. Sony has to either make it or break it now. And as you can see, this situation has been stretched, right? So now you got Sony making deals that stretches their rights. This is all that's happening. So you see in the past, Sony held their chest out. They were holding Spider-Man like hostage. Oh, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Spider-Man belongs to us. But you see these box office numbers, the big bank is not in effect. Little bank starting to show its head, and Sony can't keep that hold. There's a compressed rights issue going on that they got to make these movies out on time. Sony's not making these movies out on time. End result, they making another deal. Okay, so you get our rights. That's what it said. You're going to be able to retain rights back, but you're going to get them after we make money off of everything, and we go through Netflix, and we go through Hulu, and then you go through the rentals and all this, and then it gets to you, Disney. And Disney's like, fine, because once it gets to us, all that's our money. So who's winning? Who's winning in the long end? Disney. Because the minute it goes to DVD, that's the last amount of money that Sony gets. When that movie hits Netflix, that's it. So from now on, from 2022, we don't want to hear about it. And guess what, y'all? There's a Spider-Man game coming out. There's a Spider-Man game coming out. Sony and Disney are partnered to make that game. So Sony isn't even making all the money off that game. That's a Marvel game. In order for Spider-Man to coexist in the arcades, or as we would say, PC, or in game in general, in consoles, that's Marvel. Because only Sony has the rights to Spider-Man in the movie department. So in order for this to even coexist, for this to even happen, Marvel has to be the big player in this. So you see the power transition shrinking from Sony. Now here's my prediction. Do not be surprised that one day you're going to see Spider-Man floating around all those Spider-Man games from Activision one day available. Just mark my words. You heard it here. And y'all, that's all I got to say. That Spiderman thing.
And you heard it here first on Di-RRec Gaming.
Shit, it's not as strong as you think it is. So, who's excited about the Game Awards? Who's gonna watch it? I'm not. I'll check out the previews and the premieres on YouTube.
Yeah, the trailers and all that will show up immediately after they show it on the show, and it's gonna pop up on YouTube.
Facts. What about you, After Boss? You gonna get your popcorn?
Oh, you meant me.
I'm sorry, I said After Boss. I'm sorry. Fire Boss. Shout out to After Boss, man. Out of the boss dimensions. My bad, Fire Boss. Yeah. What are you gonna do, man? You gonna grab you some popcorn, watch it?
You know what? The more we talk on it and stuff, the more I'm wondering, I wonder if I should tune in. And part of me is kind of like, I wonder if I should tune in to see what developer comes up on the stage, has what snarky remarks about the awards they want to say. But nah, nobody's gonna play it like that. So I mean,
after that one guy went off against the Oscars or something, he started cussing up a storm. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, I do.
I do remember that. Took him by surprise.
I wonder if they're gonna be more careful now. Just kind of like not let surprises come out like that.
Yeah. So I don't think we're gonna have any fun moments like that. So nah. I'm like you guys. Well, that's pretty much how I've always done it. Dude, I'll put it like this. Here's how vested I am with the Game Awards. Oh, I'm on YouTube. Oh, hey, IGN's got a new trailer up.
Yep.
Oh, the Game Awards was tonight? Oh snap. Oh well. Yeah. It already aired? It's done? Oh shoot. Oh, here's another trailer.
Facts. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. That's me.
You know what? Like when the Series X was announced, I don't remember why I tuned in. I don't.
You tuned in because you were told to. Remember, we were told to check it out. That's why I tuned in, Tech. I didn't tune in because it's the Game Awards. I tuned in because they told us that, hey, a big announcement is coming from the Microsoft camp. So we watched it to see what it was.
And so illegal and Tech. You know what's so funny is we all know for a fact, we all can agree that Jeff did not got blindsided. He did not know about that. He knew something was up, but he did not know about that. Here's the thing. You got some of them out there saying that they have to go by a script. So Jeff was already aware of it. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Because if he was aware of it, he would have been doing everything he could to try to as far as anything Microsoft goes, just try to ruin it. Well, as I say, deflate it, try to remove the air out the room.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things that these big companies like Sony and Microsoft, they got to keep close to the chest and not let the host know, like, look, we have to keep this to ourselves. Just, it's going to be a safe and grand announcement. And that's how it went, because otherwise there's always going to be a leak. Remember that year, there was no leaks of anything. Mm-hmm. And to keep that under wraps for, until the show, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So nope, I will not be watching it because I really don't lose anything by missing it.
No.
So I just do like I've always done for the past few years, man. Just wait for the trailers.
Yeah, I'll just wait for a trailer because sometimes there's just way too much talking. I hate all the talking and we worked so hard on this and what it took. Oh, the behind the scenes. It's I do not care about all that.
Don't forget those cringe moments.
I'm a gaming consumer. I want to see the product. I don't care the stories in between, and I'll just wait for the trailers.
Yeah, like I said, the cringe and stuff like that. That's what kills it. So
yeah, and I think another reason why I've tuned in on other shows like game shows or ones that he's hosted on is for content. Which one that I made up perfectly because his reaction to anything Xbox was just not there. he's like, oh, by the way, this is going to be on Game Pass. And then he just moves on. You know?
Yep.
His reaction and his panel that he invites, like when it has anything to do with Xbox, the motivation, the enthusiasm is not there. The excitement is just gone, right? But anything like, oh, Kojima, oh, Sony, man, he is just, lit up. He's happy. His arms are flaring all over the place with excitement.
Wacky, wild, wavy arms.
Yeah, the wacky guy, the air guy that goes back and forth. Yeah, that's him.
So I'm kind of one. All right, legal and tech. So it's all right. It's funny that we're going into this territory and stuff. But how do you think his response was when he probably gotten the news that his biggest homie of all time in the entire universe has signed an exclusive deal to work on an exclusive with Microsoft using their cloud?
I'm sure his heart was broken because he was so used to everything being Sony this and Sony that his heart was broken. I mean, just it's like he was breaking up with this 20-year relationship with his girlfriend or something,
and which is kind of funny because Kojima wasn't always all PlayStation.
No,
there was a time where he was, he was an Xboxer, because Nintendo wasn't giving him the time of the day anymore. So he came to Xbox, and I don't know, like I said, I'm not sure what happened from there, but I guess the way I look at it now is this is him returning, I guess, somewhat returning home or to his summer home. And we're just kind of waiting to see what he does from there.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of curious as to like if they've been emailing between each other. It's like, hey man, so what's this?
Man, don't get weird. I told you to stop texting me.
He's like, man, what's this Xbox thing about? Can't talk about it. Sorry.
Talk to you. That's my new girl.
Well, I'm just wondering, man. I'm just wondering. It's like, well, what about Death Stranding 2? I mean, is anything going on with Sony? It's like, no. I told you I'm done. I'm done with them clowns.
We're done, man. I can't talk to you anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. You got to move on, man.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here, man. I think that covers everything, y'all. Thanks, boss, for coming out. Thanks, Tech, for coming out as usual. Thanks to the Chit Chat community as usual. Thank y'all, man. We just wanted to come in here and give our 2 cents like we do. Hey, it's validated. Whatever y'all say, man. Listen, like people say, all people are doing is expressing their opinions, right? It is what it is. It's part of the thing. Like Jeff said on the show, it's the good and the bad, man. You take it how it comes. It's a responsibility to reflect the gaming community. That's all. That's it. And that Game Awards just hasn't reflected our community at all. But listen, man, like I said, keep it gaming. It's been the new league on Di-RRec Gaming with Fireballs, Teknoblast. Chase the one up in life, man. Y'all be safe out there, and God bless each and every one of y'all for coming out tonight, man. We're going to see y'all next time. Listen, like I said, if you like what we're about, please, for everything, for the love of mercy, right? Subscribe to the channel. Break your daggum desktop. Smash that like button. Drop an elbow smash on it. Man, tear up your bedroom over this stuff, man. Like, for the likes and for the dislike, leave some comments below, man. But, listen, respect everybody. Keep it clean. And look, man, it's a fair fight, right? To all the Xbox community out there, man, y'all looking beautiful as always. To all the real gamers around the world for all the support, thank y'all for real. And we'll see y'all next time. We're out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Later, y'all.